What should you look for when you're touring a property? Once you find a property that fits your criteria with respect to your budget and your needs and your neighborhood needs, then before you even take a tour of the property, it is imperative that you gather enough information before you decide to tour the property. So this information can be gathered from the seller disclosures, which is available with the realtor. Ask your realtor to send you a copy of the seller disclosure as well as any listing history. So the sales history can give you an insight into why the seller might be selling, especially if this house has been sold multiple times in short time period. Similarly, seller disclosures is a required component for selling houses in Connecticut because it gives you any information known to the seller at the time of selling his house. This document gives an idea about how long the sellers have lived there, and they give information about any structural known problems like foundation cracks or roof leaks or plumbing issues or electrical concerns, pest infestation, or environmental hazards like asbestos, radon, or if there's any flood risk. And also, they should talk about any past repairs and renovations done to the property. So, the major things to look for from this seller disclosure is roof age. Has the roof been replaced, and the ages of the major systems like heating, air conditioning, water heater, and if there's any evidence of water seepage in the basement, or if there's any foundation cracking. Once you want to start touring the property, start from the exterior. Look at the exterior. From the exterior itself, you can evaluate the property, especially the roof condition. How does the roof look like? Are there any missing shingles or curling shingles, or if there's any evidence of water staying on the roof, like growth of moss? All those things can point towards, okay, the roof is at the end of life. Look at the gutters. Are they all flowing, or you see evidence of gutters being blocked, or gutters dumping all the water next to the foundation? Yes, that could be drainage issues if gutters dumping water close to the foundations. Then look at the foundation. Is there any crack? Look at the drainage. Is the grading around the property good enough that the water flows away from the property and not the other way where the water flows towards your basement? Then you have to keep that in mind that, okay, there could be an issue. There could be a possibility of basement getting water into the thing, and then maybe you'll have to look for solutions to that. Look for trees around your property. Are there tall trees, dead trees, especially closer to power lines? Now look at the driveway. Is it steep? Because we are in New England, snow cleaning, not fun. So look for driveway. Is it very steep? Look for parking spaces, especially if you are a person who likes to party a lot. You need to account for a number of cars to park around your house, right? So you don't want to block up all the streets in front of your house. So make sure you have enough parking spots for all your friends' cars. And look at the noise in the neighborhood. You don't want to be woken up by a bunch of roosters. Just like my friend had a rude awakening after he bought his house that he was close to a chicken coop, and then he had to deal with roosters waking up, not just in the early morning, but even other times too. So once you go inside the property, just feel the house. How do you feel inside the house? First thing. Second thing, look for how the room sizes are. Look for the layout of the house, flow of the spaces. Look for important details. Don't get bogged down by the cosmetic details like the paint color or the scratch or the wallpaper, because there are other major things to look for in a house, like look for evidence of foundation settling. Are there walls cracking? It's not those hairline cracks I'm talking about. Real cracks, cracks wider than an eighth of an inch. Are they cracks? Are there signs of water damage? Are the floors uneven? Then signs of settling. Similarly, look for windows and doors. Are they sticky? Can you open and close it properly? Are they drafty windows? If it's drafty windows in the cold weather, it's not fun. And windows are expensive. Are there any signs of rotting trims or around the windows? Smell the house properly to see any signs of cigarettes, musty smell of what? Smell of moisture, smell of cigarettes, smell of pets. It's hard to get rid of pet urine smell, especially cats. So you got to have a good nose to smell it out. Then look for evidence of mold. Check if you have enough storage space in terms of pantry, closet space. You have the large basement, garage. Look for cell phone reception and number of outlets in your house. Is there enough number of outlets? Look in the basement, any musty smell, and look for evidence of any water seepage. In case of kitchen and bathroom, run the faucets to see the water pressure, if the water is draining freely or not. Look for appliances. Are they looking like it's very old or is it? And test them to see if they work. Look for any corroded pipes or galvanized plumbing lines. Electrical wires. Make sure you don't have any knob and tube wiring and no exposed wiring. The age of the furnace and the heating unit and your water heater, especially if the seller doesn't know how old is this stuff. Take a picture of these serial number and your model number. You can come back and just do your research and find out how old are these and how much life is anticipated. Could be there. It can break down anytime, but that doesn't mean that you should not know how old the stuff is. So for electrical panel capacity, make sure it's upgraded. If you're looking for a newer house with a 200 amp panel, circuit panel, make sure you have that. If not, you have to upgrade the whole electrical panel. These are all the main things you look for in a house. Other than that, in Connecticut, you have to make sure that your house has a good solid foundation, especially because crumbling foundation is a big concern in many of the towns in Connecticut.
If you're considering a home sale or purchase in 2025, I invite you to reach out to me so I can learn about your unique needs. I can be reached at 860 479 2998, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you.